Fracas made us from stone to protect Girdlegard.
Oh, almost got into heart attack there. I clicked on campaign and it started a new one. Fortunately, there were 2 autosaves, so yeah, we didn't lose the progress. Hi, it's me, Osiem, also known as Osiem. It's late, I know, at least for me, and I decided to do a quick stream because I want to play this game more. I really like it. It's very fun. So I guess without further ado, we can continue our little, I don't know, escapade, adventure, whatever, as my favorite fantasy race, the Dwarves. So let us continue. Last time we killed the guy, he didn't die, unfortunate, and now we... Okay.
That was fun! What's next?
Boindil looks at you, and the sparkle in his eyes goes out.
We are both very sorry about what happened here, Tungdil.
You told me, Cynthia said. I convinced myself that...
You gulp and turn away from your friends.
What is this? So yeah, we got... Our master is dead, everyone we know is dead. Sad. And we have to go to a dwarf fortress somewhere. It's called Ogre's Death.
That's what I call a goodly challenge. Cover me.
Not a good idea if you want to go on living, dwarf.
You've got quite a big mouth for someone who sounds like a girl.
What the fuck?
You are Andikai, the Tempestuous, right?
Correct. And you're Tungdil, Lot Yonan's charge.
That's a woman. Okay.
Honorable Mager, what news of Lot Yonan? Does he live?
Andikai looks at you in silence, pain and rage slowly spreading across her face.
He is dead, Tungdil. Along with Myra, Turga, and Sabora. Nod-On killed them all and destroyed the Council of Magi.
The certainty of their death is painful. It feels as though someone has just torn your insides out.
He killed their best pupils too. And now he's the unchallenged Magus in Girdlegard.
Not good, not good. By the way, if you hear any random noises coming from the microphone, my roommates are very fucking loud. So yeah, disregard that, please.
It was you, wasn't it, that attacked them with the lightning? Were you any more successful than we were?
Andakai shakes her head.
He defied everything I threw at him. All of my skills. In vain. I soon realized he was superior to me, but I wanted to buy you some time.
Nodon's famula said that he had changed the magical fields, but you still seem to be able to use them.
Andakai smiles.
I'm not quite as benevolent as the other magi. My god Samusin is the god of balance. He loves the darkness as much as the light, which means I can use both. But my powers aren't unlimited. It is difficult for me to store and use this altered magic. We should avoid confrontation as much as possible.
Okay. I think that's a golem, actually.
Your companion, won't he sit with us and introduce himself?
Yes! Hey, you up there! Can you even hear us with that bucket on your head?
Jeroen is mute, and he won't do you any harm unless I command him to. And as long as you treat him with courtesy, dwarf.
Boindil seems to briefly weigh up his chances against the two of them.
I decide when I'm courteous. Just don't get in my way. And the orcs are mine!
Of course.
What happened? How could he defeat the Council of Magi?
Nudin called us to Parista, under the guise of reinforcing the barrier against the perished land. Instead, he tricked us, took control of most of our powers and attacked us. I cut him down with my sword, but he rose again and impaled me with his staff. All I can remember after that is the sound of fighting, destruction, and cries of death.
How did you survive?
Jeroen. Nudin had forgotten he was with me in Parista. He found me, tended to my wounds and brought me out of the city to safety until I could summon up enough power to heal myself.
And Lot Yonan?
When Jeroen carried me away, he was frozen in stone, like a statue. To my knowledge, the spell cannot be reversed.
You nod slowly. You don't have the strength to say anything else right now.
That's
What will you do now?
Leave this place. I'm not so foolish as to believe that I could restrain the perished land or nod on. Why should I stay here?
Foolish, no! But cowardly!
You're on your way to the
I
kingdom of the
second that.
Secondlings, right? Then I will accompany you and leave Girdlegard by the High Pass.
We'll need all the help we can get. Nodon will have a lot worse in store for us than just orcs.
The Maga nods in agreement. Then she looks pensively at your rucksack.
Your rucksack? Why did Nod On want it?
should we? I mean, she did save us. Okay, why not?
I was taking some objects to Goren, one of Lot Yonan's famuli. He was murdered at Greenglade by an elf. There were books lying next to his body which he was planning to send to Turga the Fair-Faced.
May I see them?
You nod, take the books out of your rucksack, and hand them to her. She goes through the letter and the books, one after another, without showing any sign of emotion. Finally, she closes the last of the books.
Is that all? They are only sagas and travelogues from the Outer Lands, which tell of legendary creatures and myths. I don't know why they should be of interest to Nod On.
There must be something in them that's important to him. He destroyed a whole village for them, and the vaults.
Possibly. I'll study the books. But let's sleep now. Jeroen can keep watch. We are still being followed.
Okay, so that's not a golem, that's just a guy. Or maybe he's a golem, but she didn't tell us that. Ooh. They are actually behind us, some shit. Because we have to be careful and try to avoid them. Once we get to here, we just have to go straight, so...
The path leads you through a ravine whose steep walls are mainly made up of loose boulders and scree. You could probably cause a rockfall that would block your pursuer's path and obstruct your way back. It takes longer than you would have liked to trigger a rockfall that is big enough, but when the dust settles, you realize that you have been rewarded for your troubles. The path is blocked.
Nice.
In the afternoon, with the sun low in the sky, the path leads you through a ravine. A glance at your map suggests that you're near to Boribor, the Orc realm.
Fracas, may we remain unscathed.
About a mile further on, Boindil suddenly stops in his tracks and sniffs.
Can you smell that? Piggy snouts! And lots of them too!
Let's proceed with caution. Perhaps we can take a few of them out before they raise the alarm.
Okay. I'm not good at stealth missions, so, yeah. Can we not take him? I guess not. I didn't use the potion. So he still has it, okay, that's cool. We don't have that much food. That could be a little problem, but I guess we will get some now. Let's see.
Understood. Huh?
As good as done! Yes? Huh?
Okay,
Yes, yes!
join them.
And what now?
What are those noises? Okay.
There! We have to stop them before they can warn anyone.
Bad idea.
On my way!
Bad idea.
On my way!
Bad idea. If I was to. That's a bad idea.
Okay.
What is it?
What is it?
What do you have? Scorch, energy beam that deals damage to anyone and puts. And in spark and pushes them back, okay? Chain lightning causes damage and stuns enemies, has 35% chance of leaping on the next enemy. Blast, a magic blast that pulls creatures towards it and then explodes. Deals damage with high chance of knocking down enemies, okay. Okay, I forgot how to rotate the camera for a second.
Huh?
Just use
Yes.
this. Hit
Now
this
you've got me
one.
interested.
And do that.
Yes?
Oh wait,
As good as done! And what now?
okay, he's doing his thing.
Attack!
What is it? Feel my no chance. This is going to hurt.
Huh?
Use this one.
Yes?
You go help him.
What is it?
You're doing fine.
Now you've got me interested. Feel my
Ow! Another one bites the dust!
what a waste of time.
Nice.
All right then. This is going to hurt.
Huh?
What is it?
Hmm?
And again. Ha-ha! And what now? Come here, you. Huh? Yeah!
Now you've got me interested.
Pow! Another one bites
If
the
I have
dust.
to. And I didn't even take off my
Who's
gloves.
next? Yes? He hardly put up a fight.
Not
Okay.
a bad idea.
They're down.
Let's go.
Not a bad idea.
On my way.
Not a bad idea.
End it.
It's just one.
If I have to. Just as long as I'm hurt.
Who's next?
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
Do you have catapults? Oh shit.
Yes. Fire, you. That's luck for you.
Bad idea.
Huzzah! Vile creature. On my way. He hardly put up a fight. Say goodbye forever. Who's next?
No chance.
He didn't hit you very hard.
Didn't even take off my gloves.
Yeah. And what now? Ha ha!
That's a
What is it?
troll or something.
What a waste of time. No chance. And I didn't even take off my gloves. All right then.
Easy. Huh? All right. And what now?
What is it?
Nice.
Another one bites the dust.
Feel my power. Not a bad idea. If I have to. Not a bad idea. What a waste of time.
What is it? Vile creature. He hardly put up a fight. Too easy. Who's next? Ha ha! Huzzah!
And I didn't even take off my gloves.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa,
All
whoa.
right.
No chance.
We have to be
On
careful
my
about
way.
those ones.
End it.
Now you've got me interested.
Oh no.
Feel my power.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that wasn't very good.
Babracus. Too easy. Kill.
How many of those?
This is going to hurt.
Destroy this, come on.
Fonda. Give me a hand. Yeah. Attack.
Now you've got me interested.
Oh wait, shit.
Yes, yes.
And I
He didn't hit you very
take off my
hard.
gloves.
Of course.
No
Yes.
chance.
Nice.
Understood.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Babracus. Who's next?
On my way.
What a waste of time.
okay.
Yes, yes.
Yo, 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 yo.
Huh? Oh, what bad luck for you! With pleasure.
Nice.
Oh, he didn't hit you very hard.
Huh? At once.
And what now? Huzzah! Yes, yes. Pow! Another one bites the dust. Oh, what
And I
bad
didn't even
luck for
take off my
you!
gloves.
Yes. Understood.
Yeah! End it. He hardly put up a fight.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh,
Bad idea.
Another squad cleared.
on my way.
Bad idea.
I just need to reach the next. Okay.
That's a bad idea.
I don't know, should we kill them or can they raise the alarm if we leave any of them?
Yes? All right. What is it? All right, then.
Okay.
This is going to hurt.
Huh? As good as done. All right, yes. On my way.
What is it?
Okay, move out of the way.
If I have to.
Yes? All right. Say goodbye forever.
I just kill him. Nice.
As good as done, huh?
Not a bad idea.
On my way.
Not a bad
We
idea.
killed everyone.
As good as done. On my way. Go down into the caves and vaults. There'll be more of them down there.
Or maybe we should concentrate on finally getting to Ogre's Death Stronghold, Boindil.
You ignore the offended look on your friend's face and set off, leaving the Orc Mountains behind you.
There were vaults. Didn't tell me that before. How did you get XP? You didn't participate. Ooh, oink oink. Okay.
You have put out a plate of food for the night every evening since Jeroen and Andakai joined you on your journey, but still none of you have seen him eat. You decide to pay particular attention to him this evening, to try and find out what is under the helmet. Andakai is sitting not far from the giant, studying the books.
Have you found anything useful yet?
She looks up at you.
You think I will stay and fight if there is a spell in the books that might defeat Nodon?
Yours is the god of balance. Don't you see it as your duty to create a balance between light and dark?
Instead of answering, Andakai rubs her eyes and closes the books.
It's too dark to study. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Disgruntled, you watch the Mager as she walks over to her bed for the night. Your eyes fall upon Jeroen and the plate at his feet, on which not a crumb of food is left.
Oh. So he does it. Should we take the quicker or the longer way? We are actually dangerously close to running out of food. So I think we should try to cover as much ground as possible.
You can already see the oasis a day's journey away.
We don't
But in
have
the
any
glimmer
food.
of the midday sun, you're not sure whether it might not just be a mirage. But the twins are convinced that there is a village here, and the prospect of a roof over your heads for the night keeps you going. The nearer you get to the oasis, the more the uneasy feeling grows that something's not right. It's too quiet, and you don't see any movement. Once you enter the village, your fears are confirmed. Your enemies have already been here.
Can we get some food, please? We're out of provisions. Oh. This is one of those exploratory segments, I guess.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
If it is, then we'll soon find out.
I mean, yeah. Nothing. Oh.
This whole thing is probably a trap. We should...
Welcome to Pasnar. I'm sure the citizens would greet you themselves, if they could.
You recognize the elf immediately. You saw him with the leaders of the orcs, and he appeared to you in a dream after Greenglade. Or no, not in a dream.
Sintheras.
So we meet again, Tungdil. What do you think of my work in the vaults? It was a nice start, wasn't it?
An eerie smile sets on Sintheras's lips.
Wonderful. I can see the hatred in your eyes. Come on. Come and get your revenge.
Okay, so we do fight. Okay, I can only take 4 guys, I guess. Let's take the big tanky fellow. Oh, they heal. Okay. What do you have? Scare. The rune opens his visor. High chance of throwing enemies. Canonically in front of him into panic. Kick. An enemy is bark with great force. Everyone in his path receives damage and mighty blow. Standard one.
Yes?
So I'll try to go like this. You
As good as done.
cover this.
Uh-huh.
Is he gonna resurrect? Maybe. Okay, there are
Understood.
orcs coming from the back.
Huh?
From
Of course.
okay, we are
What is it?
surrounded.
All right.
And you, my friend, go kill him.
Huh?
Ooh.
Yes? And what now?
I'll take care of them.
Who's next?
Huh?
What is it? What is it? Pow! Another one bites the dust.
Nice.
Yes?
Huh? Yes? Pow! Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, they.
And again.
Ooh. Did we do it?
Retreat! Back! Why are you fighting against us? You're the son of Samusin. You should have nothing to do with this unworthy scum.
He just left.
I've had enough of fighting. It's about time we head to your home.
I've had enough too. But we've got several days in the desert ahead of us before we can enjoy a cold beer.
I don't have any food.
The longer we talk about it, the later we'll get to our beer. Let's go.
Guys, we don't have food. Oh. Defense bonus. Time deals receive damage is halved for a short time. Damage boost for a short while tongue deal causes 50% more damage. think less damage is probably the better option. We still don't have food. Guys. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay.
You've been traveling through the desert for days. The sand is simply everywhere. In your shoes, under your clothes,
I don't like
in your
sand.
mouths. Even the makeshift cloths that you've wrapped around your heads is of little help.
Okay, but we are here.
With the last of the energy you can muster, you finally leave the 40-mile wide sandbar that separated you from Ogre's death. It is as if you've passed through an invisible wall when the raging wind and sand suddenly falls silent. In front of you, an enormous massive towers into the sky, the Blue Range. The slopes cast long shadows over Ogre's Death Fortress, which nestles in the spurs of the mountain. Even from this distance it looks impressive, with its 4 defensive terraces, one above the other. The anticipation of entering a real dwarven city for the first time grows with every step, and you feel the power returning to your limbs. You've almost done it.
We did it. Let's go.
My High King, you have called me to succeed you to the throne. Here I stand before you.
Well, before you are chosen as the successor to the High King, hear, King Gandagar, the challenges that await you. Hordes of orcs are rampaging through the north and the west, and the perished land is stirring. It would seem that the Magi cannot sustain the barriers.
This gives us an excellent opportunity to attack the last elves in Alandor. They are weakened. The perished land afflicts them. Let us wipe out the traitors once and for all.
Yes, right. Exactly.
Hear, hear.
Madness. What are you talking about?
I do not recognize you, King Gandagar, in what you are saying. The elves are inhabitants of Girdlegard. Has your hatred for them clouded your senses to the point that you wish to ignore the words of our god?
Belendelin's gaze falls, as if incidentally, on the King of the Fourthlings' advisor.
Or is someone giving you bad advice?
On the contrary, it was Bislipper who finally supplied me with the proof. A report titled How the Fiflings Lost the Gate. It was the elves that poisoned the brave Fifling warriors in their stronghold. A devious disease spread by the pointy ears in the shafts of the Grey Range.
Impossible.
I always knew it.
Treason. I don't believe
They should
that.
pay for it.
Get to the pointy ears.
Enough! Don't be so short-sighted! We are talking about the safety of Girdlegard. We must reach out and forge a large coalition with the elves. Yes, and even with the Thirdlings, if we are to defeat the perished land.
My High King, you cannot be serious.
Drivel from a dwarf who has grown too old in his post. Are we not here to choose a new High King? We have waited long enough.
It would seem you will have to wait a little bit longer. The second aspirant has arrived.
Wait. Don't tell me.
Guests must be tired from their long journey. The meeting is adjourned till tomorrow.
Oh shit. We are a king candidate? What? That's interesting.
But why do you think that I...
Everything will become clear. I've had a room prepared for you. Before you take to your bed, please pay the High King and I a visit in the throne room.
So... Should I just enter? I guess.
Tondil, come closer.
The power that the old High King radiated when he called the assembly to order has drained away from him. His body is sunken in the throne, but his eyes are alert and interested as he looks at you.
The lost son returns to his people. Thank Vracus. Tell us what you learned on your journey.
You describe your adventure down to the smallest detail. Neither the king nor his advisor interrupts you. From time to time they nod, as though they were already aware of certain facts. Their brows become more furrowed with every passing minute. When you're finished with your story, you also have some questions.
Like a piece in the game? I mean...
I don't want to appear ungrateful, and I'm happy to finally be among my people, but I will not ascend the throne. I hardly know anything about our customs and laws. Everything that I know, I have learned from books that Lot Yonan gave me. There must be more suitable heirs than me.
Your renouncement honors you. But to be honest, you never had a claim. To stop Gandagar, we had to stall for time.
Oh, okay.
Lot Yonan helped us with our little story. We don't even know if you are a fourthling.
The king's advisor misinterprets your unbelieving gaze and quickly adds,
We're only being as deceitful as goblins for one solitary reason. To stave off possible harm to our people.
You feel as though you've been hit in the stomach.
Okay.
If this is true, not only have you lost your newly found kingdom, but Master Lot Yonan also didn't see it as necessary to inaugurate you in the conspiracy.
Huh. Okay.
Game is being played here.
Gandagar, as king of the fourthlings, is to supersede me as High King, but his mind is poisoned with hatred towards the elves. He would probably win a war against them, but he would weaken us, and Girdlegard would not be helped by this. I was hoping for a great coalition with the elves, and even with the thirdlings. I would have given anything to start the negotiations. In times of great need, only the common goal can count.
And which role have you planned for me?
Well, with you as a second aspirant, certain possibilities of protocol open up to us.
Second aspirant.
Your plan has a flaw. Even if I were to light up, I couldn't win. No one on the council will vote for me.
You don't have to win.
Belendalin points to the Steelies in the throne room.
It's written in our laws that the High King can oppose an heir if he isn't elected unanimously. He can then demand a duel or a contest in order to determine the winner.
Such a contest could take weeks, if not months, and it would win us some time.
I see.
Why is Gandagar so full of hatred towards the elves?
His father and brother were murdered by elves. At least that's what's claimed.
No one knows the
Cannot trust
truth,
the elves.
just as no one knows how true this report
The
about the
knife
Fiflings
ears
is.
are
But isn't
cunning.
it strange that this letter has turned up now, just when it can play into the hands of the elf haters? Many dwarves' hatred towards the elves is great. Perhaps even greater than their honesty.
I understand why you want to prevent a High King Gandagar. He would be blind to our real problems.
Gandagar's only liability is that he lets Bislipper whisper dark thoughts in his ear. The advisor is the problem, not the king.
A problem
It's usually
that
the
I am
case.
fortunate enough not to have.
The High King smiles weakly at his advisor.
Gandagar is a good dwarf and a good king, and I am certain he could also be a good High King if he was free of Bislipur's lies and false advice.
What kind of contest would you have us compete in? Gandagar is surely superior to me in many things.
Everyone in the council will write a task on a piece of paper, and from them, the contest will be drawn.
And this only once you have made a speech and have won over as many as possible in the council to your side. The more sympathetic the council is towards you, the higher the chances of a contest that fits your abilities.
Speech? You're beginning to like this whole thing less and less.
Is this really the best for our people? If you cannot dissuade Gandagar from carrying out his plans, it could end in a fraternal war.
Don't worry. We'll open up his eyes and he will recognize the malice of his feigned friend. We just need time, and you must gain it for us.
All right then. I am ready to do it. But I will need all of your support.
You can be certain of it, Tungdil.
Belendalin smiles at you encouragingly.
You say Andakai may have found a way to defeat Nodon, and she suspects that the Magus is possessed by a demon from the outer lands. It may be possible to kill this demon with an axe called Keenfire. I have commissioned armor that is worthy of a prince. It will be delivered to your chamber by sunrise.
You say goodbye with a queasy feeling in your stomach. You always thought that you were articulate, but the prospect of having to make a speech in front of the large council doesn't exactly fill you with elation.
Well...
The coal fire is lit when the kingdoms meet for council. It has lain dormant much too long, until it was finally lit again a few days ago. The High King's advisor has the build of a warrior. His eyes are like those of a bird of prey, and you can see a keen intellect behind them. Even for a dwarf, High King Gundrabur is very old. His long white beard suggests 500 or more cycles. He seems weak, but when you talk to him, you feel an aura of grandeur.
I like Dwarven architecture. Okay, you guys, what the hell?
Ah, Your Highness!
The High King and his advisor don't know where I come from either. But they only want to use me to delay Gandagar's coronation and ultimately prevent war with the elves.
Whatever happens, we will stand by your side, Scholar.
You're not sure whether the moral support of your friends will be much use in a contest with Gandagar, but it feels good not having to go through the whole thing on your own.
It's good to have friends.
High King Gundrabur seems... well...
Old? He is ancient. Even by Dwarvish standards. He has been old for as long as I can remember.
Belendalin has taken care of most matters for dozens of cycles. But Gundrabur always has the final word. His mind is younger than all of ours, I tell ya.
Belendalin should become High King. I was there when a runt took his arm. He still managed to kill half a dozen of them afterwards. What fighting spirit! We had to drag him off the battlefield.
The law requires that a firstling or a fourthling must be chosen as the new king of all dwarves. And, as the firstlings didn't turn up...
Why didn't they turn up?
For the first time, you have the chance to appreciate the beauty of the place. you suddenly forget what you wanted to say.
I've never seen such masterful masonry. To be honest, I didn't even know that stone could be worked in such a way.
Ha ha ha! The secondlings are the best masons of all the kingdoms. That's how Fracas made us. Well, he made some of us into warriors too.
Boandal glances at his brother, and he laughs with satisfaction while looking around the hall himself.
I think I'll continue to look around.
Don't get lost. And tonight, we will finally drink a lovely dark ale in the glowing anvil.
That sounds
I think
a
I
good
first need
idea.
to organize my thoughts before I can talk to them.
Okay. Hello there. Okay, I guess I cannot go in there. That only gives us one choice. No. Okay.
You can't see the bottom. When the secondlings named the Blue Range their home, there was nothing here but hard rock and a few small caves. Fantastic.
It is. Okay, I'm guessing I cannot go here either. Well, let's enter our chamber. Oh,
Andakai, what is it?
I came to return these books to you, Tungdil.
what's wrong with her
Luckily, I was able to make
face?
sense of most of it.
You
does
observed
she
how the
look
Mager
like
took
that?
time to study the books during your escape.
They are records from the Outer Lands. They tell of demonic beings from Barren Ground who can take possession of humans and invest them with great power.
Immortality, for example?
The Mager nods seriously.
They speak of an axe forged by the Undergrounders called Keenfire. It is said to have the power to cut through the flesh and bone of the living and completely destroy the demonic spirit deep within their soul.
So you think a demon from the Outer Lands has taken possession of Nudin?
He looked very different when I encountered him in Parista, and he rose from the dead even though you cut off his head. That can't be explained purely through the power of the perished land.
And he wanted to prevent these books from falling into our hands. That would only make sense if Keenfire had the power to defeat him. Where is this Keenfire?
I don't know if this weapon was ever forged. It requires rare materials and masterful craftsmanship. The purest, hardest steel, stone barbs decorated with runes, a hilt of Sigurdaisy wood, inlays made of all the noble metals, the blades studded with diamonds, smithed in the hottest forge.
We are dwarves. We have the most talented craftsmen.
And you have the Sigurdaisy wood. It is amongst the objects in your rucksack, which is fortunate as there are no more Sigurdaisies in Girdlegard. But even if you manage to forge the axe, it might all be just a fairy tale. It's too little to wager our lives on.
I mean, I guess, but what else can we do?
Do you know these Undergrounders?
I have never heard of the Undergrounders, but I've been to the Outer Lands before.
It must be terrible. The hordes of Tion have marched from there against our strongholds for thousands of years.
It's not as bad as you think. It is certainly safer than a land in which a magus possessed by a demon is on the loose.
We can get all the missing materials, as well as a gem cutter, here in the stronghold. After all, Gandagar and his fourthlings are here. A stonemason from the secondlings, and I can smith.
The Mager looks at you thoughtfully, and for a short time it seems as though your enthusiasm is rubbing off on her. But then she says,
I wish you good luck, Tungdil.
You still want to leave Girdlegard, but what will happen to your realm and all the other realms?
I admire your optimism, my friend, but it isn't wise to stand in the way of a rolling stone. I don't wish to give up my realm, but I would only be prolonging the suffering unnecessarily.
But
you don't want to let the last Mager in Girdlegard go. Unfortunately, you can't think of anything that could cause her to stay.
many thanks, Honourable Mager, for all that you have done.
Okay. Mushroom and cheese platter.
A variety of cheeses, pickled cave mushrooms, toasted vault moss, and some smoked sausage. Mmm.
The intense smell of the cheese makes your mouth begin to water.
Now I'm hungry, damn it. I could use some cheese and steamed sausage. Maybe even pickled mushrooms. Actually, I don't care.
Goren found an answer to the thread. Keenfire. No matter how difficult it is to forge it, we must do it. We don't know of anything else that could injure a demon.
Well done. Off to bed we go.
You are looking forward to the first proper bed for weeks.
I don't think there's anything else.
You undress and lie down. Before you know it, your eyes close and you fall asleep.
Guess hyperventilating.
When your new armor is brought to you the next morning, you can hardly believe your eyes. However, as a smith, you can't stand the fact that you haven't contributed anything to it, and decide to add some inlays.
Even one who wears the armor of a prince can still be a farrier underneath it, don't you think, Tungdil Bolafar?
What is the stance? You're trying to stab me or something?
What are you doing in here?
Ignoring your question, Bislipur eyes you very exactly before he speaks.
So, you want to be one of our kingdom? A foundling brought up by a wizard? One wouldn't think it possible. And I don't think it possible either. There is no proof of your origin, and Gandagar's the council on his side. Why don't you spare yourself the disgrace and just not turn up in front of the council? Put your skin to bed, and we will take you into our kingdom. We will give you everything you need your whole life long. In exchange, you support Gandagard instead of challenging him.
Nah.
Proof? Oh, you mean like your letter that has been found after 1,000 cycles and makes the elves responsible for the fall of the Fiflings?
It is no secret that the elves are deceitful, and what could possibly be more suited to get one over on us than letting the perished land in and presenting us as the scapegoat?
The elves have been displaced by the perished land and are now almost eradicated.
I said they are deceitful, not wise.
Children of the Smith cannot be silenced.
You are a dwarf, I confess, but no fourthling can remember a dwarf child ever going missing.
And you know thousands of the fourthlings personally, and know exactly where they live in the mountains, what they're planning, or what small tragedies take place in their lives?
You have a sense that all the long evenings in the library and debating with Lot Yonan weren't for nothing, as Bislipur struggles for a reply, then lets it go.
Nice. We are a debate prop.
And what if I don't withdraw my candidacy?
You wish to stand against your own king? A stray dwarf offending a deserving leader such as Gandagar through his claim? No one in the Brown Range will like that. Prepare yourself for life as an outsider among the fourthlings.
You have had enough of this dwarf. He makes you feel uneasy, or worse still.
Get out!
A humanized bastard will not issue me orders. Know your place, false dwarf.
Fuck you. Huh. That's an interesting mark.
The armor has been made by a master. Over the chainmail is steel plate, alloyed with gold in many places, which certainly appeals to you. There are also several decorative elements made of stone to honor its origin in the kingdom of the best stonemasons. You had just finished setting the last inlay, the seal of Lot Yonan, who brought you up and is gone, when Bislipper interrupted you.
Let's finish our work.
Not only is it worthy of a king and fits me like a glove, but it should also offer me additional protection in battle.
And that we really need.
Some of the gold has left a coin-sized mark on the back of your hand. It hurts, but you like the idea that a bit of the metal you love is now part of you.
I mean, that's a cool scar, honestly.
That is why I, too, lodge a claim to the throne and why I think I am the more capable heir.
Thank you for your speech, Tundil Bolafar. The council may now ask questions.
Bislipper?
Nothing you say will convince anyone here. You didn't grow up amongst us, and no one knows if you really are a fourthling. I do not believe there has ever been a more unworthy heir to the throne of the High King. You are just wasting our time.
Shut the fuck up.
A new perspective is sure to be good for the dwarves. As an outsider, I will be a breath of fresh air and bring new ideas.
Might be true.
We don't need to be told this by some spring chicken. We know ourselves what's best.
Fresh air? Close the window.
There's no reason to change anything.
Okay, that wasn't the best. I should have guessed.
Yes, the dwarf from the Secondling Kingdom over there.
You say that a war against the elves would be madness. But how can such a young dwarf as you judge that? You've hardly seen anything of the world, has he?
Which one would be better? Appeal to their morality or to their honor? I guess the duty and honor would probably be the better option.
It is true. There is much that I only know from books. But it is written that it is our duty to defend and protect Girdlegard, and that includes the elves. And don't the elves have the same enemy as we do? They could stand by us in battle. Why should we play into the hands of the enemy by attacking them, rather than working against the enemy together?
That is true.
He's right. The words of a clever warrior.
But the pointy ears hate us, and we hate them too.
True.
What is it they say again? My enemy's enemy is my friend.
Okay, that was a
Yes?
good one.
Your question?
Just so I get this right, you want to forge a weapon that is described in a book of fairy tales from the perished land to kill a demon that none of us has ever seen?
I have most definitely seen it. Goimgar, Yellow Belly, Shimmerbeard.
Okay, let's go with a call to action.
We have seen the perished land with our own eyes, and its master Nodon could not be killed. Many have died for the books in which it is written how Keenfire can be made, and the Magus did all he could to get his hands on the two hafts made of Sigurd Daisy wood. Those are the facts, whether you like them or not. These problems won't solve themselves, so I ask you, is it the Dwarven way to step aside and do nothing, or is it our way to act?
To act!
We don't hide away.
If the humans won't stop the Parish Land, then we will.
We shouldn't
Nice,
get drawn
nice.
in. Let's show the Magus the strength of the dwarves.
I have heard enough. The council has heard the words of both candidates and must now make its decision. Those of you who wish to see Tungdil Bolafar, the returning son from the Fourthling Kingdom, as my successor, raise your axe.
Oh. Actually,
And those who
got
wish
quite
to
a lot.
see Gandagar Silverbeard from the Silverbeards, the
sorry.
king of the Fourthlings, as my successor. Gandagar has received more votes.
Very good. Ha ha!
Excellent.
Here's to Gandagar! Long live our new High King!
However, the result was not unanimous, and as acting High King, I avail myself of my right to demand a contest between the aspirants.
What is this?
But he won the ballot.
It's the rules. The High King has the right to do so.
Respect! He is still the High King.
Silence!
You have heard the High King's command. Write down your challenge for the aspirants. Are you ready? The one that masters this task first will become the High King. It is an expedition. The trial is to lead a group to forge the axe Keenfire in the Grey Range, which can then be used to fight against the Magus Nod On.
An expedition into the perished land?
Ha ha! Brilliant!
You can't be serious.
That's convenient.
That's what I call a worthy challenge, don't you think?
I call it luck, Scholar. Of all the challenges, Bislapur draws this one.
Yes. Luck.
I see. There's been some fuckery involved, I
But, my
guess.
king, don't demand this of me. Why me, of all people?
You are one of my best gem cutters, and I promise to support him. It should be a fair contest. Or should I break my word just because of you?
But...
You will go, Goimgar Shimmerbeard. Do not put us to shame. Follow Tor's instructions. Go, and come back in good health.
And with that, our group is complete.
Who have you chosen as Mason?
Good day, gentlemen.
Bavragar? The old drunkard?
Old drunkard? He assured me he's the best stonemason here. The High King himself sent him.
Well, I said I was precisely the stonemason you need. I didn't exactly say I was sent by the High King.
You let yourself be tricked by a drunkard.
I don't want him with us.
Rest assured, Boindil, I too could imagine better company. But Tungdil gave me his word.
Yes, I gave you my word. And as long as you are capable of doing the stonework needed for Keenfire, you are welcome. Girdlegard is at stake here.
I wish you no ill fortune, Tungdil, but also no good fortune. The throne belongs to me, and through my victory, Vracus will show the clans.
The task is clear to the contenders. The first to forge Keenfire and bring it back here has proven his abilities and will be our new High King to lead us in battle against Nod On.
It will take months to complete the task. The journey to the Fiflings alone is a long and dangerous business.
Dangerous, yes, but not necessarily long. Do you know the old tunnel system that connects the Dwarven kingdoms?
Tunnels are all well and good, but why should we get there so much quicker under the ground than over it?
A knowing smile plays on the mouth of the advisor.
Well,
Do they have a like train or minecarts or whatever. Ah, they do.
Pretty impressive what our forefathers achieved here, isn't it?
The kingdoms all work together. If we do the same, nothing is impossible.
Here, here.
I still don't understand why you tricked me and why you were so set on coming with us.
I have been the Master of Stone for more than 200 sun cycles. My work is admired all over Girdlegard. There has never been a better secondling mason than me. But today, I don't want to be remembered as a drunkard with the chisel trembling in my hand, but as Bavragor Amethyst, undefeated Master of Stone, who brought keen fire to life. One last masterpiece.
You had ambition, I'll give you that.
I hope you understand me asking, but there seems to be bad blood between you and Boindil.
It's nothing that will endanger our mission. We've just always hated each other.
It's
There's
just
more behind it than
always.
commonplace hatred.
Bavragor doesn't react. His gaze is directed towards events that took place a long time ago.
You really should rein in your drinking. We need you in good shape.
There are some who say I'm only the master of beer and not the master of stone anymore. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I can't forget, no matter how much I drink. I wonder why we haven't seen any sign of Gandagar recently. Perhaps they took a wrong turn somewhere. I'm sure we'll reach the Fifthling Kingdom before them.
Wrong turn, you say?
We're not on the way to the Fifthlings. We are on the way to the Firstlings. We're probably already under the land of the Custodian.
The Firstlings? Why?
The Firstlings have been the best smiths in Girdlegard since the Fifthlings were wiped out. Only they can alloy Teonium and Palladium, which are actually mutually repellent. Anyway, we could use all the help we can get in the battle against Nodon and...
Okay. Oh shit. Oh. Well, that's not good. Ah, tinnitus. Oh shit. Well, fuck.
Damn. Goimgar.
How's that guy?
It burns!
We won't get further this way, Scholar. What now?
It's all your fault, you imposter. I was nearly killed, and for what?
Shut the
It is
fuck
good
up.
that you are still alive. We need you for our mission.
So you can steal a throne that doesn't belong to you?
Hatred glints in the gem cutter's eyes, and for a moment, you think he's going to attack you with the courage of desperation.
I'm not interested in the title of High King. I am trying to save Girdlegard. Even if you don't believe anything else, you must believe this.
I don't have to believe anything. I am here against my will. My own thoughts are my only remaining right.
Enough! Gather up all the materials we can still save. If we manage to reach the Firstlings, we can get anything we're missing there. And it should be less than 200 miles to their stronghold.
After you have gathered together the materials, you begin to search for a way out. And after a sweaty climb, you reach a door adorned with runes. From here, you enter a large cave with a waterfall covering a sun-drenched opening. You walk through the waterfall one after another, and after the unintentional shower, you find yourselves in Wayan, near the enchanted realm of Oromira. You find yourselves on a plateau, and the river which falls as a waterfall here hides the entrance to the underground rail network. It then flows past a forest, behind which you can see a wall and tiled roofs. You check the map.
That must be Mithridatia. We'll go through the forest to the city and see if we can refresh our supplies and buy some ponies.
We can buy ponies, let's go.
Boindale strikes up song during your hike. A short while later, Bavrigor joins in. But rather than actually singing along, he tries to outdo Boindale with his own songs. When he finally strikes up a love song, Boindale becomes absolutely livid. You take the stonemason to one side and ask him if he's doing it on purpose.
Of course I'm doing it on purpose. I'm gonna make him suffer the whole journey.
Can't go on like this. We can't fight amongst ourselves and save Girdleguard.
You take a short break before you dare breach the roots of the problem.
It's to do with a woman, right?
Not in the way you might think. Smeralda was my sister, a young thing of only 40 cycles.
Bavrigor takes a large swig of his liquor before he continues.
She was almost as belligerent as Boindle, and she got it into her blockhead to stand by him in battle. A bad decision.
You can see the pain he is suffering in his eyes. You place a hand on his shoulder and put him under no pressure to carry on.
I see. Let's we have food.
The constant bickering between Boindale and Bavrigor distracts you. Goimgar hears the clanking of armor first.
Something's coming!
Before you know it, the orcs are charging towards you over a hillside.
Oh shit. And we still only have 4 dudes. I guess so. Okay, what do you have? Cleave and Mighty Blow and you. Glass gems. Door. Field bash. He automatically attracts enemies. Okay. I guess we should just go.
Huh? On my way! And what now?
Okay, bam.
Yes? Understood. Favrakas, what is it?
Yeah, just form a line, I guess.
Vile creature!
Huh? Attack!
Prepare yourself!
Huh?
As good as done!
And again!
Ace.
What is it?
Yes?
What is it? Vile creature!
Huh?
And what now? Huzzah! Huh? A bit too much for you, was I? What is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Another one bites the dust. Vile creature. Yes? Huh?
Let's finish them off. Hit these guys. Nice.
And what now?
Too easy!
Hmm? Huh?
Huh?
Vile creature!
Say goodbye forever!
Kill! And again!
Ow! Another
Nice.
one bites the dust!
Huh?
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Huh? I'm with you!
Wait, no.
What is it?
Hmm? He won't last
Yes?
long.
Oink, little piggies! Ow! Another one bites the dust!
Understood.
Too easy!
Vile creature! Understood.
Attack! Ow! Another one bites the dust!
Let's go.
Who's next?
My hammer. He won't last.
And
long.
again. Uh-huh. At once.
What is it?
Huh? All right. Oh, what bad luck for you! Say goodbye forever.
Was I? Looking for it. They're all here.
Too easy.
Boenda, give me a hand. Don't take it first,
Vile
Nully.
creature!
Yeah, why not?
I didn't hit you very hard.
Retreat. I don't know.
Yes?
What is it?
And again. Vile creature!
What is it?
Huh?
On my way.
Why not?
Good done. On my way.
Hammer.
Fire you. Bad luck for you.
Hammer.
Forever.
Why not?
Huh?
What is it?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Too soon.
oh no. He moved in front of it. No. That was unfortunate. I have... What? I'm sorry, my friend, I cannot understand what you just typed in chat. Thank you though for, I guess, sending a message. Okay, that last
On my way.
one was unfortunate. Maybe just get through them. There's so many of them.
Luck for you. On my way.
This actually seems to be a decent defensive position. So you do this.
What is it?
You do this.
Huh? Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. You take care of them. Take care of them.
Understood. End it. A bit too much for you, was I? Attack! Fabricus! Huh? Kill.
Bam.
Take it personally.
Oh
What
wait.
is it?
Keep her down. Get back up.
Come here, you. I'm with you. And again. Yes. He hardly put up a fight.
Nice.
Vile creature. Yes. At once. And again.
Oh, friendly fire, sorry.
Huh? He hardly put up a fight. Vile creature. Huh? Oink, oink, little piggy! Hit you very hard. Who's next? What is it? He hardly put up a
I
fight.
learned a new slur for orcs actually.
Let's go.
That's appreciated.
Of course. Don't take it personally. It's a fire forever.
Get him. Get him. Gang up on him. Nice.
My way. Of course.
Kill those growers.
Disgusting. Fire you forever.
Bogdig, what are you doing?
Again.
Okay,
On my way. Vile creature.
we'll apply the same strategy here.
Yes. Fabricus.
It was nice.
At once.
Nice.
Understood. I didn't hit you very hard.
Yeah.
Huh?
Bam.
What's up?
What's up? Bam.
He hardly put up a fight. Of course.
Boom.
He won't last long. What is it? Ow! Who's Another next? One bites the dust.
Right.
Yes? All right. As good as done. On my way.
Bang them.
My pleasure. I didn't hit you very hard. Yeah. Fabricus. Let's go. Take this hammer. What's up? Vile creature.
Wow.
What is it? Too much for you, was I? Say goodbye forever. Too easy. Yes. Attack. I didn't hit you very hard. Fabricus. Too easy.
Nice.
On my way.
What? Get him.
Yeah.
There's a troll.
Huh? As good as done.
Move here.
He hardly put up a fight. Huh?
Okay, it was berserker mode.
Understood.
Oh, actually could knock down, I don't know.
End it.
Yeah,
Prepare yourself. What is it?
get him.
Who's next?
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, what do you think you're doing?
What is it? He hardly put up a fight.
Nice. Oh,
On my way. What is it? Huh? Yes, yes. Huzzah!
help your brother.
Yeah! Attack! Yeah! Another one bites the dust.
Nice.
On my way. On my way. On my way.
Defensive positions.
And again. I didn't hit you very hard.
At once.
Huh?
Whoa.
Too easy. Kill with pleasure.
Yes?
Yeah. And what now?
What's this?
Yes. Yes.
What are you?
Huh?
Yeah. What's up?
Stuff.
Go. Yeah, why not?
But not the stuff as a dwarf.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Hold your horses, all right? Of course. Huh? On my way.
He's still alive. Wait. Not what I wanted to do.
What is it? He hardly put up a fight.
Okay. I accidentally used a potion.
That was refreshing. Hey, here comes some more. 3, 4, 5, 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Oh, phew. He
100.
means 5 or 600.
Goimgar turns white as a sheet.
Shit.
That's too many. To the city. Come on.
That is a lot. It's actually level 8. Holy shit. We got gold and a golden ring.
You flee towards Mifidania, with Goimgar out ahead. The
Goimgar.
orcs at his back seem to have mobilized unimagined powers in him, and he reaches the gate first, hammering manically against it. He says something and scurries through a small gateway that has been opened to him. Moments later, you also reach the gate.
Get in, quickly!
You push your way through the gate as the first orc arrows slam into the wood next to you.
I can defend the city. That would be cool.
The other dwarf said we should bolt the gate behind him, but we could use all the help we can get when the orcs come.
That treacherous sissy, where is he?
Boendal and I will look for him. Boindeal and Bavragor, help the city guards in any way you can.
You were certain the two of them wouldn't be much help in the search for Goimgar.
Okay, where are you little shit? Oh, look at the tent, okay.
In the past, travelling showmen regularly put up tents like this in front of Lot Yonan's vaults to draw a little money from the pockets of the servants and the famuli, with plays, vocal performances, and all kinds of fun.
Oh, books.
Weyon is well known for its love of the written word. Some of the scripts on offer are known to you from Lot Yonan's library.
Oh, right.
The fabulous Rodario.
Cometh, dear spectators, cometh and see! Let the Theatre Curiosum, with its star actor, the fabulous Rodario, the mysterious Nomora, and the genius Magister Technicus, Fergus, carry you off to another world. Now see and hear, dear spectators, the truth about Nudin the Knowledge Lusty, who disposed of the other Magi in a most horrifying way and plunged Girdlegard into disaster.
Girdlegard, it will be mine.
Lot Yonan?
What the fuck? Shit, fuck.
When you murdered Frala and the others.
To your horror, you realize that you can no longer talk. You feel a lump in your throat and your eyes begin to burn as images of the vaults and Cintharas appear in front of you.
I see that my first strike really hit you, Groundling. Oh, how they screamed. If only you had been there to help them.
What do you want with my rucksack? If you're looking for provisions, you could have just asked me nicely.
I'm not interested in what's in the rucksack. I only know that the Lord of the Perished Land wants it. So he will have it.
Your master doesn't tell you much by the sounds of it. Either he doesn't trust you, or he's in the habit of not talking about his business with servants.
You feel the blade cutting into your skin, and you take it as a sign of a small victory.
This way! Was that an elf?
If we're quick, we'll get that long ear yet.
Alarm! Alarm! The orcs are attacking!
Nice.
Come, we must defend the walls.
I slump him into the wall. That's nice.
Out of my way!
Oh shit.
Yes? Bavracus! End it!
Okay, wait.
Now! Prepare yourself!
This.
Yes? Take it personally. As good as done.
Yes?
Okay, we have to destroy the ladders. And the orcs that get past. Okay, we took care of two. There's one. Actually, I've got to help us.
What is it? What is it?
Nice.
Say goodbye forever. And again.
Okay, we're rather gone. Where's the last one?
Huh?
There. Nice, we destroyed the ladders.
Very good. We're able to stop them.
Oh shit.
Cintharas.
You wish it weren't so. But it is clear to you now that the city can no longer be saved.
To the side gate. It's our only chance. Huh?
Oh no.
On my way. Bavracus! At once.
Huh? All right. Oh, what bad luck for you!
Huh. Basically, okay, we didn't run stuff.
Yes?
Yeah!
End it!
What's up? Disgusting. Don't take it personally. Of course. What is it? As good as done.
Oh, don't do it.
With pleasure. On my way. Oh, what bad luck for you. Who's next? Another one bites the dust. Yes? Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Too much for you, was
Oh. I got not a scratch achievement.
We have to open it somehow.
Perhaps we can be of service, gentlemen.
Step aside.
Are you thieves?
Certainly not. We are artists.
Yeah, sure.
People with extraordinary talents. Say, friends, as you clearly mean to leave Mithridania too, would you have anything against us joining you?
The fabulous Rodario!
Oh, an admirer of my skills? Who would have thought it? I am indeed the one and only fabulous Rodario. This worthy gentleman here is Fergus, the best Magister Technicus since human thought. And last but not least, the enchanting Namora, whose beauty makes the mayor's roses wither in envy. Perhaps we should discuss the rest when we are out of this mess.
Probably.
We have a long and dangerous journey ahead of us. I don't think you really want to join us.
An epic and dangerous journey? That sounds like an adventure. And anyway, I have already seen that you know how to handle those weapons of yours. In these dangerous times, a big travel group offers the best protection, don't you think?
I don't know.
The orcs are still surging through the gate and over the wall. You decide that this isn't the right time for discussions.
Right then, let's go.
Let's get out of here. We'll be safe with the firstlings.
The firstlings. The splendor of their halls is said to be unrivaled. And I have heard they have fascinating contraptions, Fergus, that are almost reminiscent of magic.
It's open, let's go.
O, przy teleporcie. Oh, who is this party? We got food. More valuables. We don't need valuables. We need food.
In the evening, after your escape from Mithridania, you recover from your exertions around a campfire. Goimgar withdraws to a solitary corner. Bavragor devotes himself to his alcohol. And the twins get their smelly dwarf cheese out. Namora and Fergus exchange hugs and kisses on the other side of the fire, while Rodario sits next to you.
Ah, a journey with real dwarves to the stronghold of the firstlings. I'm sure I can write that into my new piece.
We're far enough away from Mithridania. Perhaps we should part ways tomorrow morning.
Rodario jumps up and begins to gesticulate ostentatiously.
I think you have underestimated us. Let me introduce myself and my colleagues once more. I am the fabulous...
We don't have time to look after a pack of jesters.
Rodario seems offended for a moment, but then he grins, turns away from the group, and raises his right arm. A jet of flame shoots out of his sleeve. The dwarves are startled and amazed by the brief spectacle.
And what do you say now, critical Mr. Dwarf?
You're a magus. I don't particularly like them either.
At the Curiosum, magic is my area of responsibility. There is a tube under his arm with a flint and a bag full of Lycopediella seeds. When he firmly presses the bag, the flint sprays sparks and the seeds shoot out. And there you have it. Magic fire.
Masterly work, Fergus.
The Magister Technicus shows his appreciation with a nod of his head.
If they all have tricks like this up their sleeves, well, they might not be such a burden after all, Tungdil.
How are you doing for provisions? We don't have enough.
We are happy to share what we have. It isn't very much, though. We had to leave most of it behind.
Food is sure to be a problem on our journey. Winter's only just beginning to leave Wayan, and people will be keeping a tight grip on the stocks they do have because of the orc attacks.
We have to be frugal and organize as much food as we can. It wouldn't be much of a heroic story if we starved on the way to the firstlings.
True.
I must congratulate you on your skills. Find it hard to believe that it's not achieved by magic.
Aha, thank you, but I assure you it has nothing to do with magic. Just alchemy and accomplished acting. We leave the sorcery to the Magi.
Don't mention them. There's no love lost on Andakai and her walking iron tower.
You've met Andokai the Tempestuous? That is unbelievable. How was she?
She ran away to the Outer Lands. A damn disgrace.
I want to be nice.
It's true. Andokai has turned her back on the realm and the rest of Girdlegard. She doesn't think we have a chance against Nodon.
If she had a backbone, she would have stayed and fought.
Andokai the Tempted Away. I think I'm going to have to rewrite my piece about her.
Do you know anything about the Firstlings? If I recall the map correctly, we need to cross the first large mountains in the Red Range and then pass through Snowdale to East Ironhald Stronghold.
No one has seen the Firstlings for hundreds of cycles, but there are many stories about them. Their craftsmanship is much vaunted, and there used to be trade via a narrow path that led into the mountains. But I don't think there is a man living now who has ever walked that road.
Our mission is to forge the legendary axe Keenfire and destroy the traitor Nodon. If you wish to accompany us through hunger, coldness, and danger, then do so. It's your decision.
How could we not partake in such a story? Just think what a wonderful play we could make of it.
If we survive. I was hoping to only resurface once we reach the Red Range. Instead, we have a long journey and a dangerous climb ahead of us.
There may be another way apart from the old trading route. A few years ago, an old man from the north told me of a place called Wackenstein. Apparently, there is an old path there, older than the dwarven tunnels themselves.
Legends and stories. There's too much uncertainty. Let's just see what the next few days bring.
True. Oh. Wait. Okay. Attack boost. Let's go here, maybe we'll find something. Oh, we found nothing. Okay, never mind.
You are walking past an inconspicuous copse as Namora suddenly stops on the spot.
Wait. We are not alone. Someone is watching us.
A trap?
Die, scum!
What are you doing? Why are you attacking us? We're dwarves too. We're on the same side.
I see honest dwarves here, but they are accompanied by scum. I will free you of it.
Oh, really? And what are you going to do on your own against 8?
You, come here.
What?
Brother, what are you doing?
What the fuck?
Boindle, what's wrong? Come to your senses!
It's no use. They belong to me. Now die, scum.
Okay, what the fuck? I guess I'm not an honest dwarf then. Fuck you. Okay. Listen here.
Attack!
What the fuck?
I'm not back, right?
At once.
Fucking kill her.
Patience, I'll be ready soon.
Attack!
Just a minute.
Even I am not that quick.
Soon!
Yes?
Knock them down.
Huh?
Sweetheart. Too many.
Anyone I could do with some help.
Stay
What
there.
is it?
You. What do you have? What's nearby? The fire's not on to me.
Yes, yes, soon.
Yes?
Attack!
Kill this fucking child. Stop.
Yes? I'm on my way.
What's up? Let's go!
Patience, I'll be ready soon.
I need some help.
Uh-huh.
I need some assistance.
Mm.
Enemies.
Anyone I could do with some help.
Huh?
Well?
What's up?
I'm not that quick.
What?
Go somewhere.
I'm pretty much at my limit over here.
What's up?
Huh?
Kill her for fuck's sake.
Fabricus!
Yeah? Good.
Just have to go. You.
What is it? All right then.
What's up?
Shit.
Too easy!
No.
Let's go!
Okay, she didn't die.
Yes.
End it!
Just a minute.
Fucking kill her.
Even I am not that quick.
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes.
Your comrade is in danger!
Another one bites the dust!
Okay.
I want to die.
Okay, I got her.
No sooner does the unknown dwarf fall unconscious to the floor than her control over your comrades disappears. You fetter and gag her until you know more about her sinister powers.
That was, I hope I didn't hurt you, Scholar.
It was as if in a dream, but at the same time, it wasn't. I heard her voice in my head, and although I knew better, I only saw orcs attacking me. You were the enemy.
Boindil goes over to the shackled dwarf and kicks her gently with his boot.
This is never a child of the smith, even if she looks like one. Those gifts. By Fracas, there is something evil at work.
You kneel in front of the dwarf and press your axe against her throat.
My name is Tungdil. If I remove your gag, will you answer some questions?
The captive nods, and you pull the gag out of her mouth.
Geralda is my name. It would seem I underestimated you.
Fuck you, child.
Your powers, I've never heard of anything like it.
Neither have I. I haven't had them for long. When I try to remember, all I see is black mist, and I taste iron and mud, and there's an elf who...
Elf?
Did the Alfar give you these powers?
When I try to remember, it hurts. Like needles sticking into my head. I am Geralda Bloodstone. I was...
She doesn't know.
You said something about scum when you attacked us. Has Namora done anything to harm you?
Not her, but her kind. Alfar.
She is a human. She only acts at being an elf in theatre.
In the theatre?
For the first time, Geralda looks at Namora without a hateful expression.
She must die.
Bruh.
Where have you come from and what brings you to Wayan?
I was on my way to the Free Folk. They are said to live in the middle of Girdlegard, without kingdoms or their laws.
The Free Folk? You mean dwarves?
Yes, dwarfs who have left their kingdoms voluntarily or otherwise. Not everyone has a place in their kingdom.
You instinctively think of your own plight. You are not a secondling, and won't be welcome among the fourthlings since you placed obstacles in their king's path.
Don't believe this nonsense, Scholar. The free folk are just a fairy tale that people tell themselves when they don't want to stick to the traditions. Just look what good it's done Geralda.
Geralda prepares to reply, but then she holds back.
Enough talk! She is dangerous, probably crazy. She attacked us, we should put an end to her.
It's what you call amnesia, memory loss, a tool often used in stage productions. We don't know what happened to her, and maybe she doesn't either. We can't just kill her.
I mean, I agree.
She's too dangerous just to let go, so we'll take her with us. Remove the fetters.
You nip any objection in the bud and turn to Geralda.
Listen, I don't know what has happened to you, but we are dwarves and we shouldn't fight against one another. We could do with your help.
The female dwarf seems just as surprised by your decision as your companions.
Thank you. I would be happy to accompany you. I am Geralda Bloodstone, of the Fourthling Kingdom. I'm sorry that I attacked you. It was a misunderstanding.
You realize that your decision doesn't please everyone. Boindil and Namora seem particularly upset. But they hold back, and you continue on your way, a slightly gloomy mood hanging over the group.
Our party is very big. Dragon's Breath. Huh. I like this one. Dragon's Breath. We got food. Actually getting more and more people. It's limiting our food.
When you enter the pretty little village with its richly ornate houses and its temple to Palandil at its center, you can see an angry mob some distance away. The villagers are hassling a young woman, insulting her and pushing her to the ground.
That's not good. Is she a witch or something? Should we intervene? Really? I guess I can fight some
villagers. You push your way through the crowd of people and stand in the way of the villagers.
What's going on here?
A man dressed in richly decorated vestments looks you up and down.
Palandil be with you, dwarf. It is none of your business, but this woman here is a thief. She and her henchmen have emptied the monastery's granary and were willing to abandon us to our fate.
That's a lie. We asked for help and these people turned us away. I came back to ask again.
Oh.
What evidence do you have against this woman?
We found the granary broken into. Almost a third of our grain and a significant amount of supplies have gone. And all this just one day after she and her people were snooping around here.
That isn't proof. It could simply be coincidence. Anyway, why would a thief come back to the scene of a crime?
The priest eyes you in silence, while some of the villagers make it clear that dwarves should keep their noses out of their business.
Tell us what happened.
The villagers grumble, but the priest gives the woman a chance to defend herself.
My name is Tavia. I was forced to flee Tabayin with my family when the perished land began to spread. My husband, we had to leave him behind.
The horror in the woman's eyes gives you a good idea as to what became of her husband.
No one accepted us in the north. There are too many refugees and everyone is scared. Queen Way has offered land in Wayan to anyone who will work hard for it. But what should we grow if no one will sell us grain? We offered a fair price, but Father Mallan...
She darts a scathing gaze at the priest.
He wanted double the amount.
The priest glances briefly at the angry villagers. Then he replies in a firm voice.
It was a hard winter. And with the increasing frequency of orc attacks, we must think of ourselves first and foremost. Even we cannot help everyone.
The bystanders mutter in agreement.
The accusations are serious, so let's get to the bottom of the matter to be completely sure.
We have no doubt that she did it.
The priest looks at the villagers standing around him, the lust for blood written in their faces.
On the other hand, before we do something we can't undo.
Dissatisfied murmuring grows, which the priest debates with mollifying gestures.
Search for your evidence. You there, lock this woman up in the guardhouse in the meantime.
The woman is taken into a squat building made of rough blocks of stone. The crowd slowly disbands. The priest is lost in thoughts, standing in front of the temple, as if he couldn't decide whether to go in or not.
I was wondering, what was here first, the temple or the village?
Ah, a keen eye. The temple is indeed much too big for such a small village. It was built on the foundations of an old stronghold when salt was found nearby. The village has grown over the years in the shadow of the temple. Good people live here, honest and pious children of Pelandiel.
He glances at the place where the woman was surrounded.
Why can't we just be left in peace?
Supposing Tavia really did steal the grain and supplies, but only to save her family, would you turn a blind eye?
Pelandiel teaches generosity, but that too must have its boundaries. We cannot help everyone. At some point there won't be enough for us.
So,
if
you had sold the grain, the people of Seaton would have starved?
Maybe not. Not yet. But if we always give everything we have away...
No one is saying always, and no one is saying everything.
The priest shrugs his shoulders apologetically. He doesn't wish to spoil things with his flock. You nod goodbye, and the priest returns the gesture. You enter the village's large storehouse. The ground floor of the two-story building is full of turnips, with large barrels and clay pots on the floor and on high shelves. Several villagers are carrying out stock-taking. They're being supervised by a weedy man who observes them with a grim expression and writes things on a wax tablet every now and then. Work is in full swing. The man with the wax tablet grumbles now and then in agreement when one of the peasants shouts out a number to him. It shouldn't take too much longer until they finish the inventory. There are sacks piled up on top of one another on the first floor. They are most likely filled with different kinds of grain and, judging by the omnipresent white dust, flour. You walk towards the only area in the storeroom where you can see the floorboards. You hesitate as your boots slip on the floor, as if you're walking on mud.
Tungdil.
The Magister Technicus carefully observes the roof beams above the empty corner. He grabs at a beam and crumbles something between his fingers. You can't make out what it is, so you copy him and feel damp, rotten wood. It's very easy to pull away small pieces.
What are you doing here?
The man with the wax tablet is standing on the stairs. He sounds half angry, half shocked.
No one is allowed in here.
The rain has gotten here. The roof and the floor are damp.
Those savages! It wasn't enough that they steal from us, they had to damage the roof too! That was probably where they got in.
The wood didn't start to rot yesterday, good man.
The steward's face turns bright red.
And you are the experts on such things, are you?
Assuming the roof here has been leaky for a long time, what would have happened to the grain in the sacks directly underneath? Wouldn't it have turned rotten?
The man wets his lips. His gaze darts around the room.
The roof was fine. I'll have it repaired. And now, get out of here!
The steward angrily blocks off all further attempts at talking to him, and even when you threaten him with Father Malin, it doesn't have the desired effect. The father trusts in him, he says, and he's always been a devout follower. The heavy door of the storehouse closes behind you, and you hear a bolt sliding into place from the inside.
Covering the incompetence. Huh?
You enter the guardhouse, and before the guards know, Boindeel and Boendal have caught them up in a friendly conversation. Shielded from the view of the guards, you exchange a few words with the suspect without being disturbed.
Where have you taken the grain and supplies?
I don't know anything about grain or supplies. Apart from the fact that we could do with both, I'm telling you, I am innocent!
Why did you come back to the village?
I wanted to negotiate with Father Malin for the grain. What else could I do? No sooner had I arrived than they surrounded me and accused me of robbery.
We won't let anyone do anything to you, but if we are going to help you, you will have to tell us the truth.
The woman looks you in the face, then her head sinks, and when she looks back up, she has tears in her eyes.
Please, I just want to go back to my family. I don't know what happened.
Tungdil.
You feel sympathy towards the woman. You raise your hand to silence Rodario and nod to the woman to continue talking.
We asked for grain and were full of hope when we saw the well-filled granary. But we hadn't reckoned on the malice of the people here.
A slow, ironic clap sounds from behind you. Confused, you turn around to face Rodario.
Bravo, my dear, with tears and everything. Tough luck that a master of the art of acting is present. None of what she said corresponds with the truth, Tungdil. She is lying and trying to deceive us. Not completely talentless for an amateur.
You expect the woman to deny everything, but when she overcomes her amazement, she spits in the actor's face.
And what if I am? I would do it all again. The people here have more than they need and my people are starving. Is that fair?
Somebody was hurt.
Why did you come back here after stealing the grain and supplies?
We didn't steal them. We paid for them. A reasonable price, just not to Father Malin.
You had help?
He promised us 36 sacks of grain. When we opened the sacks in our hideout, we realised that most of the grain was rotten. He thought he'd get away with it.
The woman looks around wearily.
And by the looks of things, he has.
I see.
Spit it out. Where are the spoils and your people?
I'd rather die than tell you that.
The woman looks at you determinedly, and neither of you blink.
Morris the steward offered you the grain, didn't he?
What does that matter? I've no proof it was him. And even if I did, if I admit that we have the stuff, I'll be hanging from a tree by this evening and my children will starve. I beg you, let me go. We bought the grain and the supplies. Perhaps he wasn't allowed to sell it to us. But we paid. And with a little seed we can sow, at least some of us have a chance of surviving the year.
You've stolen, no matter how you put it. But perhaps Father Malin will show clemency if you return the grain.
Clemency for me and a death sentence for my family. Never.
How can I trust you? You lied.
Who wouldn't do everything to offer their children a future? Lying is the very least.
Disenchanted by the course the discussion has taken, you shake your head and leave the guardhouse. The priest is lost in thoughts, standing in front of the temple, as if he couldn't decide whether to go in or not.
The roof of the granary is leaky. We saw some rotten wooden planks.
Again? Morris only had the roof repaired last summer.
Did he? If he didn't, some of the grain would have got damp and rotten.
Out of the question. Morris would have reported that. He checks the grain once a month, and there were no complaints.
The priest has absolutely no doubt in what he is saying, often a sign that someone hasn't thought things over. You nod goodbye, and the priest returns the gesture.
I guess you can't really do anything.
The priest. You nod goodbye, and the priest returns the gesture.
Can't do anything.
You spend the night protected from the wind in a ruin, and are sitting around a campfire as the topic of your new companion's performance on the stage comes up.
Sleight of hand, speed, alchemy, and makeup can have an incredible effect. Namora transformed herself into an elf using the latter.
I also noticed your weapons, Namora. I've never seen such swords before.
Their names are Crescent and Sunbeam. I designed them myself. It took a long time until I found a smith who was able to make them.
She looks like a pointy ear too. Nature hasn't been kind to her.
For this absent-minded remark, Boindil receives evil looks from Namora and grins from the men.
Perhaps I really am an elf, and will bring you a nightmare in your sleep tonight. Don't be surprised if you wake up screaming.
For a moment, it seems as though she has merged with the darkness, but when you blink, everything is back to normal.
By the gods, isn't she magnificent in her role?
There is no denying what Rodario says.
Okay. I think I'm gonna call it for the day. Let's save twice. To be sure. But yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Next stream will be possibly on Monday. I don't know, we will see. But yeah, I will definitely be continuing this. I'm really hooked. So yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.